So if I were given this map, the first thing I'm going to do, I'd sort of look at it and I figure out where is the start finish, which is right here. And then I look at the scale, which tells me 1 to 20,000. So 1 centimeter is 200 meters. And these lines are a kilometer apart. This arrow tells me this map's oriented to magnetic north, so I don't have to worry about declination. So these lines are running magnetic north. Okay, so once I've sort of figured out the scale, the contour interval is 20 feet. Here's where I'm starting and finishing. The next thing I do is I just sort of look at it and very quickly kind of get a high level, what am I going to do here? Most Rogaines, you're either going to go clockwise around and get a bunch of points or counterclockwise around and get a bunch of points. And you can kind of determine that later. Right now, you just kind of want to piece together from one point to another, which makes the most sense if you're trying to get them all. Most races, I start out thinking I can get them all. If you don't think you can get them all, you have to decide where you're going to go. And now you want to look at each area and see where is the biggest bang for my buck? Where can I get the most points going there first? To determine whether you think you can get them all or not, you might want to just figure out, this map is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kilometers across, roughly, because there's 5 north lines. And then if that's 5, then this is probably about 8. So it's about 8 kilometers. So 5K across, 8K. So that gives me an idea of the total distance. And if you assume from the start finish, you've got to go all the way across the map twice in each direction, kind of at a minimum, then that's going to be 8 times 2 is 16, 5 times 2 is 10, is 26 kilometers, or about 15 or 16 miles. So if you have 10 hours, can you do 15 or 16 miles navigating off trail in that amount of time? And if you think you can, then you try and get them all. And if you don't think you can, then now you need to identify where's the best place to go. So I kind of do all that processing when I get a map. And then now I make my plan. So I look at the start finish and I look at the controls that are around it. Which one does it make sense to go to first? And then if I can't decide, I'll just move to another area. And I might say, oh, down here, I'm clearly going to have to go around and get those in that order, mostly. And then I can just kind of keep drawing my line, connecting point to point to point. And I just draw rough lines around the map, connecting all the checkpoints. And then I start drilling down. Does it really make sense to go 99 to 59 to 49 to 69? Or should I do them a slightly different way? I start kind of more looking at the micro routes of each little section. And then I look at, are any points just really outliers that maybe I want to consider dropping? And then I might look at the start finish and say, should I leave some of these close to the start finish to the end of the race? So if I run out of time, I can drop them, because I don't want to get them at the beginning, because that means at the end, I don't have any option. I just have to get back. So all of that is sort of coming into my thought process when I'm looking at a map.